Well, hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside the B-Dub Records studio. Today we're coming to you not from my home studio, not from my work studio, but from the mobile studio made possible by Pro Tools 9. And I'm sure that you're going to find this so useful. Now, I always tell you guys to check your mixes wherever they're going to be distributed. So if you're working for TV, check it on a TV, very good. And if you're working for a general distribution on CD, then you got to check it in a car, because that's where most people listen to music. Now, until Pro Tools 9, that was a little hard to do because, you know, what can you do? Burn a CD of your final mix, pop it in, check it out. If it doesn't work, then you go back to the drawing board and start making adjustments. Now, the cool thing about Pro Tools 9 is you don't need an interface for it to work. So there's no need to drag in your inbox or whatever. You just plug it in and go. And so as you can see right there, I can fine tune how that kick drum is going to sound in my car. And I know what my car is supposed to sound like, frequency response wise. I can fine tune the reverb and a lot of other things that give me problems when I'm working in the car directly from my laptop. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing your whole mix this way because it's a little uncomfortable and the neighbors look at you a little weird, but that's very cool. Now let's look at some of the other great features of Pro Tools 9. Check it out. You can now record up to 32 channels at once. That's up from 18 in the previous versions of Pro Tools LE and Empowered version 8. You can have up to 96 voices, that's simultaneous audio playback or recording at the same time in Pro Tools 9. That's doubled from the previous versions. You can have 64 instrument tracks, that's also doubled. 512 MIDI tracks, that's doubled. 160 aux tracks, 256 buses, which is like 8 times more than before, and a video track. So, you know, it's great for me because I used Empowered and I always felt that stigma of being like a second-class Pro Tools citizen, but now we're all in it together. So check it out, Pro Tools 9, no longer Pro Tools Empowered, no longer Pro Tools LE, just Pro Tools 9. And you can use any interface you want, PreSonus, Focusrite, the great stuff from Avid, MOTU still. And of course you can use it if you got a Mac, just by plugging into your headphone jack, Core Audio, or with Windows with your ASIO compliant sound card. Another great thing, check this out. It might be hard for you to see from there in the back seat, but if we look at the lead vocal track, I've got all these plugins stacked up on it. Let's see what the delay is by control clicking. So it's added 1,500 samples of delay with all these crazy things I've added to the lead vocal track. But now, still in time, thanks to automatic delay compensation. So if you go to setup and then playback engine, right there you'll see delay compensation engine. We've got it set to where it'll handle up to 4,095 samples, but you can set it short or none. And so right now my lead vocal channel has 1,500 samples of delay. That's well within its capability, and it's automatically gonna scoot that back in time, or actually delay the other tracks, so they'll all be in time. Pro Tools 9, very cool. We'll talk a little bit more later, guys, about whether you want to upgrade, but basically it comes down to this. Do you want to use other interfaces? Do you really need the automatic delay compensation? And basically, do you need that many tracks? Do you need to record up to 32 at once, or have 96 tracks in your project? Some things to think about, and if you got any questions, let me know. But for now, remember to check your mixes wherever you're going to use them. And now you can do it in the car easier than ever.